Hey, I am Brooke Fossey, and I am here to talk to you about my debut novel, The Big Finish. Comes out April 14th, smack dab in the middle of the coronavirus. If you'd asked me if this is how my debut year was going to go, I could not have imagined it, but here we are, in it together. Writers Unboxed being super awesome. They have offered to help me in any way they can, and so they've given me this handy dandy list to talk to you guys about, and hopefully you'll find it interesting, if not helpful. So here we go. Let's do this. The book. What is it about? Well, this book is about this 88-year-old man named Duffy Sinclair, and he lives in this assisted living home. He has a very content and peaceful life until a young woman climbs through his window, and she's looking for a place to stay. She's looking for a grandfather. She's looking for trouble. And it throws their entire world upside down. It's a redemption story. It's a collective coming-of-age story. It's funny. It's sad. It's a dramedy. But I think what's really special about it is that the seniors in this book are the heroes, which, you couldn't have planned this, but right now they're the most vulnerable to COVID-19. And so I think what a time to come out with a book about the elderly in which they are the winners. So it was actually inspired by my grandpa. This is Chris Marcos. This is him as a young man. I would go and bring my 4 kids to his assisted living home to visit, and it was chaos because my kids were young and it was a mess. And it was fun, but it was a mess. And it got me thinking, what would it be like if we extended the chaos and the stay was longer and the trouble was bigger? And that was the impetus for the story. And my grandpa is definitely part of Duffy, his personality, his jokes. He did not live to see the publication of it, but I did get to dedicate it to him, which is super special. So there is that. All right, I think I'm jumping around here, but that's okay. We'll get to it. Editing tricks. I do have an editing trick. So I love characters, and I think one of the best ways to get your characters to stand off the page is once you finish your first draft, I like to make a list of my characters, and I put their personalities down and then their quirks. So I have my list. And for this exercise, we're going to say Joe. So I will go to my manuscript and I will start on page 1, and I will go to every scene that Joe appears in, and I will ask, is this how Joe would say this? Is this how Joe would stand? Is this how Joe would gesture? And I go through the whole book, and then I circle back to page 1 and I do it for Jane, and so on and so forth. But it's a way to really define your characters and make them stand out. So that's my editing trick. What should they know about working within the industry? What's your secret to perseverance? I think I'm going to tell you stuff you already know, which is this industry requires a ton of patience. If you've ever submitted a query or a short story to a literary magazine, you already know this. I think the secret to perseverance is community. Writers Unboxed is a great community. I also belong to a local organization called DFW Writers Workshop, and it's a weekly read and critique. And if I come without a read, I get a hard time in a very loving way. So they definitely keep me going, and they keep me company during the long, long waits. So I think that's the trick, man. Find your people. I think it's funny because writing is touted as this solitary venture, but it's really not. So let's see, what do we have here? Take a minute to share your photo. I did that. Is there something special you'd like our community of writers to do to help? So, obviously, yes, if you want to promote The Big Finish in any way, I would love it. I'd appreciate it. My social media is B.A. Fossey. Boom. Fossey. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all the same. Brooke, Allison Fossey, B.A. Fossey. Tag me, hashtag The Big Finish. Buy from your local indies, of course. Here in Dallas, there's Deep Vellum and Interrobang. I'm sure you guys have your own. So I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And besides that, y'all be well. Bye.